What's going on, everyone? Let's go finish these quests.
Corrupted watchers, acting as guards. The eclipse and corrupted machines, cooperating. One happy family.
Indeed.
Eclipse, just like he said.
Forged earth delvers made off with any riches long ago, but not the ancients buried in the ground. Help me, brothers!
Really?
Snow. It's not getting any warmer out here. These dig sites, they're massive.
Alright, anything else going on here? Cultist sniper, huh? Seems like you're doing a terrible job. Oh. Already dead. Alright.
An explosion.
Very observant, Aloy.
All these ruins. What did the old ones do here?
What?
It's a terrible guard.
Oh no!
Really? Okay, that's a lot of stuff happening.
I'm not here.
Let's wait for them to pop away. Pop, 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 pop. Okay. Alright, what do we got? Ooh, is that a corruptor? Yes, it is. Corruptors are no joke. Level 18 corruptor though, no big deal. Really? Didn't even hear that, mister? Okay. Corruptor, watcher.
A corruptor. That might prove a challenge.
Okay. Let's do this.
Haven't you got anything better to do?
Ooh, I'm corrupted.
Got one right here.
Right where? Sorry.
What have they been uncovering here?
I don't know, but I'm gonna find out. I don't need anything from him, but I don't think I do. Do I? Everybody's checked, right? Yep. Done. I don't think I need any more skin at all. Skin or bones, any type of that. Probably not. And I suppose if I did, I could just go farm it up. Alright, anybody else? So... north. Blaze, nothing wrong with that. Is there a way? Yes, there is. Convenient. Isn't there an ancient vessel? Yep, right here, somewhere. Somewhere inside here is an ancient vessel. It's right there. Easiest one ever.
I'd have to ditch something.
12 out of 12. All ancient vessels. Nice. Don't need that. I don't think I need those. Same with those. If I really have to, I'll go farm them up. I don't even think I need to buy anything these days. Alright.
Another explosion.
What is going on in here? What the heck is that?
And fire! All weapons operational. Time to get it moving and be quick about
Kill
it.
the cultists
No
and the
escape.
Deathbringer. Okay.
Another desperate.
How many do we got?
Has to be one of the Deathbringers Olin talked about. Fitting name. I'll never get into that tower. Unless I destroy that thing first.
All machines cataloged. Good, good. Sneaky one up there. Alright, I'm gonna take out as many of these single foes as I can.
Just got a bite out here.
This shouldn't be a problem in general, though. Alright, as soon as I start taking out these guys, though, they might be alerted. Like that.
Stop working. I've disabled his focus. Guess it's up to you.
I'll handle it. Steam's blasting out. I wonder if there's a weakness.
Okay, what do we got here? Looks like it's getting hotter and hotter. Damage. Nope. That's not gonna help me. Can I get behind it? That's doing nothing. Okay, that gun's down.
I will teach you. You cannot escape.
Okay.
You will not escape.
Okay, not too bad.
Did it. Those things pack a punch. All right. The Eclipse officer had a focus. Let's see what's on it.
Which one now? Ah, the only one I didn't loot. Eclipse focus.
Let's see what you have to say. What is this?
The entity lives.
Hades.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
The entity. I guess that's me.
What the hell was that? Hades? Hey! Mysterious stranger, did you see that? No answer, huh? Figures. Things just keep getting stranger. I need to find a way inside the tower. It's tight, but I can squeeze through.
Hold for identiscan.
One of these again.
99.47.
Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. Please step inside.
Is Aloy a clone? Is she a clone of that doctor? It's pretty high genetic similarities.
Dr. Sobek, you are 355,510 days older for your meeting with Mr. Farmer. Please proceed to the 35th floor.
Wait. 350,000. That's hundreds of years ago. What's going on?
What's going on indeed? Okay. Alright, this is where I started. If I get lost, this is probably how to get back out.
Protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, quantum encryption, black quartz stuff, way beyond military grade. That's what you demanded. So that's what we delivered.
You don't code something you can't crack. All we need is a backdoor. Upload the latest service pack update and the problem goes away.
You specifically forbade us from leaving anything resembling a backdoor in code. Every protocol to Black Quartz standard. Your words. Look, if you need me to fudge some projections, it's nothing we haven't done before.
I don't need fudged projections. I need a way to reassert control over the Heart's Timor swarm.
I don't know what to tell you, Ted. You're asking the impossible.
So, codes. They needed codes of some kind to control the machines. But they got out of control. Sounds bad.
Indeed. Alright, where was I? Oh, that room there, okay. Behind me.
Deathbringer. Or a statue of one, anyway. A machine built to kill. And they honored it?
Welcome to Faro Automated Solutions, where all the problems of tomorrow are being solved today. With over 25,000 human employees based in nations and corporate holdings across the globe, Faro leads the world in every sector of self-sustaining, fully automated technology. From revolutionary consumer products close to home, like the Faro Focus, to the dynamic Chariot line of peacekeeping robots halting bloodshed in conflict zones across the globe, Faro remains committed to making the future smarter, brighter, safer, and always surprising.
You got that right.
Faro Automated Solutions. For every problem of life, a smart solution.
So they made the Focus. 25,000 people? That's bigger than a tribe. So they made machines and devices. I guess those things were common in their world.
Welcome to Faro Automated Solutions, where all the problems of tomorrow are being solved today.
Oh wow, there's 12 floors. Holy crap.
What was this place? What were they doing here?
It was a corporation. A group of people not unlike a tribe. And they made machines.
Yeah, go on.
I've uploaded some data files to your Focus. They'll help you understand.
Now, I know this must seem like a bizarre change in direction. I mean, we're Faro Automated Solutions, right? #1 robotics firm in the world. Why would we clear our production slate to fabricate human-operated vehicles and weapon systems?
So they were making machines. Then they stopped. To make other kinds of weapons? Why?
Now, I know this must seem like a bizarre change in direction. I mean, we're Faro Automated Solutions, right? #1 robotics firm in the world. Why would we clear our production slate to fabricate human-operated vehicles and weapon systems, the relics of the past? All I can say at this juncture is... trust me. We will be exploiting a massive, growth opportunity by retooling and reallocating capacity according to my plan. So I will need revised projections of mass fabrication velocity across every pipeline within 36 hours.
Doesn't sound sinister at all.
The protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, quantum encryption, black...
Heard that one. What are these?
You think I want it this way? It's the best I can do. He's right behind you. Hi!
Serve and they live. Disobey, and I will open their throats and leave their corpses to prune in the sun.
A message for Olin.
Welcome to Faro Automated Solution.
Okay, there's stairs there. Did I go in here yet? Guess so. Alright. Went in here, I think. Upstairs maybe now? Yeah. Floor 2. Okay. Oh, okay, at least I can do this here.
This will be useful later.
It's floor 3. Still floor 2. Great.
The air. There's no smell to it. Not even old death. Nothing natural. Another cave-in. But I could get through.
Oh no. Hey, still up here. Okay, am I back down the floor then?
I'll bet I can use that as a ramp to get back up.
Okay.
Looks like I can climb here.
Oh, nope. Okay, this seems like it's the way to go, but... You slide around there. If I can. Nope. Okay. Thanks a lot. Sounds like a time for this outfit. There we go.
Made it.
Floor 3.
So people were angry at Faro, at the corporation. They blamed this place for something. Something bad. I'd have to leave something else behind.
So this should start a new stack of the chill water. 653 chill water, wow. That's a good bit. Am I going up the stairs again, or...
Looks like the way up. What's left of it.
The FSP-5 Khopesh provides a one-size-fits-all solution to main battle force capability.
Deathbringer.
Metamaterial construction delivers unmatched recoil dampening, allowing you to field any weapon package that conforms to your budget needs and conflict resolution profile. Patented biomass conversion systems allow extended emergency operations with minimal environmental impact. Multilinear target processing provides simultaneous real-time threat analysis and legal review for autonomous domestic operations. Or control can be slaved to the swarm's neural network for weapons-free force application. Either way, when it's time to call out the big guns, it's time to call Khopesh.
The Deathbringer. So this was the heavy hitter. Main battle force indeed.
The BOR-7 Horus. Imagine your complete engagement ecosystem comprehensively managed by a high-speed learning machine network. Whether your need is to replace battlefield losses or intensify force projection, the Horus's onboard manufacturing capabilities mean you'll never get stuck waiting for the next arms delivery. Simply redefine your force parameters, and the Horus will fabricate additional units to fill the ranks for an affordable per-unit licensing fee. Meanwhile, the biomass conversion systems of other Chariot line models allow them to keep the Horus fueled, repaired, and ready, extending its operational tolerances beyond that of any competing Titan-class platform. That's the Horus advantage. Always regulating, always ready. The future of automated warfare made real today.
The Metal Devil. So these were farm machines too.
Metal Devil.
Manufacturing capabilities. They can make more of of themselves. Then how would you ever stop them?
They didn't.
The ACA-3 Scarab combines conventional and information warfare capabilities in one package. Designed for high-speed, all-terrain reconnaissance, it boasts the world's highest survivability rating of any Scout-class autonomous agent. Maybe it's the Scarab's emergency biomass conversion systems that ensure it always makes it back to base, even if fuel supply lines have been interdicted. Or maybe it's the Scarab's ability to slave enemy robots to its own network.
Corruptor.
Now that's force multiplication. Add a prehensile manipulator arm that can handle a host of functions, from 360-degree less lethal riot management to surgical repairs of Allied chariot line models, and you've got the workhorse of any cutting-edge peacekeeping fleet.
The Corruptor. Slave enemy robots to its own network. Sounds like it's talking about how it corrupts machines.
It sounds like the Hades might be a virus that got into everything, or some sort of AI program that got into everything and made everything go haywire, and now here we are.
Gonna be a long way up. Frozen metal most of the way.
Floor
Easy,
4.
easy, Dr. Sobek. If plants can find a way to hang on up here, guess I can too.
Nice. That doesn't look safe. Neither does that, for that matter.
It's cold.
What is that? Just a wire? Let's see what's up here first.
Began when they engaged in unauthorized offensive operations against robots and human personnel of the Hearts Timor Energy Combine. Now, I wish that I could relate that the crisis has been exaggerated, but it's not. The Peacekeepers have not responded to stand-down codes, and by all signs, they appear to be replicating at a precipitous rate. Now, what I can promise, can absolutely assure you, is that I am already devoting every possible resource towards reaching a speedy conclusion to this issue. So when you hear the bad talk about us against this company in the days, maybe weeks to come, just bear in mind that we will get past this. And a day's coming when none of this will matter.
Peacekeepers. That's what they called their machines. They were built for war, not peace.
That was just here, come on. Wasn't I? Okay, so is this... That seems dangerous. Okay, do I need to go over here? Ah. Yes, yes. They're not making it simple, are they? Progress. Maybe. Alright, so I'm getting confused here. Can I walk up this thing here? Seems like I shouldn't be able to do that. I'm following the reticle thing. Maybe, maybe not. Can I drop down on this side here? Yes, I can. Aha! Not sure that I want to do that yet.
The way up. All it takes is a few good handholds.
Yep.
Alright, made it. Wonder what we'll find.
This is the office, huh? Way up there. This is the top of that building that I saw in the vantage point a little while back, last episode. Power cell.
Oh, another power cell. This should help me get to that ancient armor.
All that for a power cell. Still need to search his office though. Okay. Ah. Override it.
All data has been erased from this device. Do you wish to deploy ICE privileges to recover purged data?
Oh yes, I believe I do.
A file has been recovered.
Elizabeth, good to, it's been years.
Where's your legal team, Ted?
No need.
That's my
I
voice.
dropped all 18 lawsuits the moment you landed. I assume your data confirms this.
Alright, this promises to be interesting.
Clone.
Perhaps we could have lunch.
Clone for sure.
You know, get reacquainted.
I know you, Ted. You screwed something up, something big, or you wouldn't have eaten the crow necessary to get me here. So spit it out.
There's a glitch in the chariot line.
Your killer robots?
Peacekeepers, yes, those.
So shut them down.
Obviously, Liz, we would, if we could. They're not responding.
Are you telling me a swarm has gone rogue, Ted?
It's worse than that.
Show me the data then. And I'll take that lunch. Alone. Ted Faro brought Elizabeth Sobek here, but they hated each other.
Another phone has been recovered.
This isn't a glitch. It's a catastrophe.
Fully aware. It's bad.
Bad?
Jesus, Liz.
It's not bad, Ted. It's apocalyptic. You built a line of killer robots
Peacekeepers.
that consume biomass as fuel,
In emergencies.
and you made them capable of self-replication.
Limited, self-manufacture, controlled.
Not anymore. The glitch severed chain of command. The only nation this swarm answers to now is itself.
You think I did?
Everything else is just food. And at the rate it's replicating, Ted, it will strip the Earth bare in 15 months. We're not talking fall of civilization. We're talking extinction.
I get it, Liz. So how do I stop it while it's contained?
It's not contained. It can't be.
You know what I mean.
Right. Before the truth gets out, you mean?
Liz, I will do anything you say. Keep working it, and whatever you recommend, I'll do.
I'm gonna hold you to that, Ted. The Faro robots threatened all life on Earth. But somehow she defeated them. The world of the old ones fell, but life went on, or we wouldn't be here.
A final phone has been recovered.
Before I read it, it suggested earlier, at least in the expansion pack, that it was climate change that did all this. Which I scoffed at. Whatever, won't get into that. But if these killer robots killed everybody, maybe they wanted to somehow cause a climate change on purpose to get rid of the robots, and I don't know. Let's see.
Project Zero Dawn. Jesus, Liz. There has to be another way.
If there were a nicer way to fix your mess, I would have proposed it.
But this? This? When I asked you to find a cure, I didn't expect it to be worse than the disease.
It's not, Ted. It may be grim, but it's our only chance.
The cure is
Now
worse
sign
than the
proposal.
disease.
Sign it? I can't sign that.
Yes, you can.
That? Liz, I cannot in good conscience sign that.
You've got a choice, Ted.
I know.
I'm speaking to you from a VTOL en route to U.S. Robot Command. In 15 minutes, I meet with General Harris and the rest of the Joint Chiefs.
What? Are you crazy?
Now your choice is what I tell them. Sign, and I'll tell them the wealthiest corporation on Earth has guaranteed the funds necessary to build Zero Dawn. Exactly as I've designed it. Or don't sign, and I will make sure they and everyone else on this planet knows the real cause of the glitch.
Jesus, Liz. You don't have to threaten me. I'll sign.
Look on the bright side, Ted. From here on out, you get to do what you've always been good at. Footing the bill while others get their hands dirty.
God forgive me.
made her solution so terrible? What did she do to stop the robots?
Executive access detected. Express lift opened.
Executive access. I guess that's me. I was half expecting to see his body here with a bullet hole in his skull.
This doesn't add up. Sobek couldn't have been my mother. She lived ages ago. All this searching, and I'm still no closer.
Clones.
That's your reaction to everything you just learned? To whine like a spoiled child?
You should really try talking that way to me face to face.
As you wish. Do you really have no idea?
Oh, I recognize his
how
voice.
monumental are the discoveries you just made, Aloy? I expected more of you.
So, you have a face. Got a name to go with it?
Of all the questions you could ask right now, that's the one you choose.
This guy from Lost.
I've spent decades searching the ruins of the old ones, trying to solve the mystery of what happened to them. For years, I've suspected that Faro robots destroyed their civilization, but I could never confirm it. And in minutes, you uncover more ancient knowledge than I have in a lifetime. And what you want to know is my name. Silence. That's my name. Now, why don't you try asking another question? Something less trivial.
All right, Silence. You've made your point. I came to these ruins hoping to learn more about this Elizabeth Sobek. And I have, but I still don't understand my connection to her. Or why the Eclipse is trying to kill me. Or who Hades is. No answers, just one question after another.
Exactly. Which is why it's time to expand your frame of inquiry. Only then will you see just how big your problems really are.
What exactly are you talking about?
You've chased a personal riddle into a crowd of larger mysteries. The common thread is your connection to Elizabeth Sobek.
But what is that connection? She couldn't have been my mother if she lived centuries ago.
We don't know the connection yet. The only way to find out is to keep going, to keep making discoveries. Thanks to you, we've only just now learned that Faro robots once threatened to end life on Earth.
But it didn't happen. The Old One's civilization was destroyed, but life was saved.
Obviously. So, what did Elizabeth do? How did she stop the robots before all was lost?
What was Project Zero Dawn?
Exactly the question. Now, are you ready to go get the answer?
Of course I am.
Then why are you still standing here?
Project Zero Dawn was some sort of escape for civilization. I feel like everyone, maybe everyone who was important, released their, or gave their genetic material to be put somewhere for a later date after the crisis was over to kind of repopulate. There's a word for that. There's like a kind of a plan already in place, and when it comes to plant life and certain like animal DNA or something like that, it's like a secure facility somewhere. Maybe this is conspiracy theory, I don't know. Like a repository of genetic material in case some big apocalypse happens, that the species can be restarted, or the civilization can be restarted, and possibly everybody has done that, and she is the genetic material of Elizabeth Sobek.
Not so fast, Silence. You've got some explaining to do.
I've told you quite enough. If you still got questions, be quick about it and stop wasting my time.
So far as I can tell, the Eclipse are just following orders. It's Hades who wants me dead. Who is he?
I don't know. The Eclipse describe him as a buried shadow, some kind of devil.
That thing that spoke to me outside. That made that focus explode. That was Hades. It didn't seem like a person or a machine. More like a phantom. With a terrible voice.
All that's certain is that he wants you dead.
Because of my connection to Elizabeth. Has to be.
Hades is using the Eclipse to resurrect ferrorobots.
But if Elizabeth found a way to stop them centuries ago, if she made special weapons, maybe Hades is worried I'll do the same thing.
In some of the ancient data I've recovered, there are hints of so-called super weapons being developed. Maybe to stop the robots, the civilization of the old ones had to destroy itself. Now, if that's enough talking, be on your way.
Oh no. I'm just getting started. You've been getting a free ride on my focus, risking nothing while I risk everything. All I have to do is take this thing off my head, and you'll be blind, deaf, and dumb. So quit complaining and answer my questions.
Very well. Proceed.
You said you've known for some time that Faro war machines destroyed the civilization of the old ones.
The evidence pointed that way. But until now, I never knew the full scope of their danger. That they could process organic matter into fuel, or that the Horus class could manufacture more robots. Like a cauldron on legs.
But the robots we've seen so far, the Corruptors and Deathbringers, they don't do those things.
Not yet, anyway. So far, we haven't encountered any that are undamaged. At full power, who knows what they're capable of?
Who are you, Silence? And what are your intentions?
You really need to make this personal? I'm a lone wanderer who left his tribe behind a long time ago. An explorer of forbidden places, a searcher of lost knowledge. Exactly as I said.
Why do you know so much about the Eclipse?
I happen to know a lot about a lot of things. If what you're really asking is whether I work for the Eclipse or anyone else, I don't. I am nothing if not independent.
You've been using my focus to spy on me. How is that possible?
Every focus emits a signal, a voice, that only other focuses can hear. I know how to string those voices together, how to make them talk to each other, to communicate, even over vast distances.
How do you learn to do that?
Years of study and experimentation. In principle, it's not so different from how you override machines. I override focuses.
And you can spy through other Eclipse's focuses too.
Usually. All I'll say is that overriding the connections is complicated.
Is there any chance that Elizabeth Sobek could still be alive somehow?
It's highly unlikely, but not impossible. Some of the ancient data I've recovered includes mentions of life extension techniques. Pharmaceuticals mostly, an ancient word for medicine. But some were still trying to perfect ways of freezing and unfreezing people.
Freezing and unfreezing people?
Cryogenics, they called it. But there were problems with it. Given Elizabeth's technological acumen, I can't definitively rule out that she found a way to make herself immortal. But this is speculation. Wasting time.
Elizabeth told Ted Faro she was headed for a place called U.S. Robot Command to tell people about Zero Dawn.
The place still exists as a ruin. The Oseram call it the Grave Horde.
Grave Horde? Cheery name.
You'll find it in the Eastern Mountains, buried under the tangled coils of a metal devil, or a BOR-7 Horus, rather, as we're learning to call them. I'll contact you when you get there.
I can't wait. Someday we'll meet in person, and your manners had better be improved. Well, getting down will be a lot faster than getting up here, at least. U.S. Robot Command next. to learn the secrets of Zero Dawn.
Okay. So that's how you get down. Could be useful. Okay.
Felt the snow coming. $3,000 distance units. Quite a ways away. Wow. 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 Okay. Okay. Really? Well, I could easily get there. But in the meantime, I'm gonna get that and that. I could easily just warp there. See? You see? That's the place I couldn't get into. Couldn't get into it, and eventually I just kind of climbed up past it, got into this. All of this. Hey, I still didn't finish that. There's a couple things I haven't finished yet, but let me get the last couple of these before heading back to Meridian and finishing some quests. And right now, though, I'm going to go to... Well, let me just see what's immediately in front of me here. Ah. Alright, so I have been here. Let me just do a little, warp to there. Alright, well everyone, that was a story-heavy packed episode. Thank you for watching. And I will see you next time on Andy Plays Games.